So I thought I'd hop on. I keep getting this question a lot. Should I sell my house right now? It is April early in COVID-19, right? And this question is so different for each person. And honestly, I could not answer this question for you at all with confidence and coming from a place of honesty, knowing that I like to try to have the outcome be really predictable, because nobody knew how the market was gonna respond to this. So we went from a place of shelter in place to realtors being considered allowable employees, whatever you want to call it. And so the market has responded in a really kind of weird way. And normally we'd be gangbusters right now heading into the spring. And what I'm seeing is people are still listing houses, probably because they need to. And there's still people out looking because they probably need to. And that is totally, okay, right? It's whatever somebody is comfortable with, as long as they're being safe. And so how do you answer that? Should I list my home? Well, I can tell you that everything is really operating in a somewhat normal fashion with regard to real estate. Not the rest of the world, really. Unless you're ordering takeout, you can still go pick it up, right? And so that question is one of the ones where I haven't really ever struggled to answer a question in real estate, and I have struggled to answer that for the last 2 weeks. What we needed to see was how the market was going to respond. The market's responded, and the market has given us confidence that if somebody really needs to sell their house right now or buy a home, that things are going to be fine. And so that's good news. So we'll continue to monitor it and see where we go from here. My gut feeling is Washington's doing a pretty good job with this virus issue, and there will be more listings, as there normally are, going into the spring. Life will resume at some point, some semblance of normalcy. We don't know how long we're going to have most people at home. And the moment that everybody, for the most part, goes back to work, whenever that is, we're going to see a massive slingshot effect, and all of the people waiting on the sidelines that were thinking of buying or selling are going to do it at that point if they still work. Now, this situation is going to cause a lot of people to need to sell their homes, unfortunately. And we're in a market that's really unbalanced, and it really favors the people who need to sell. And so buyers have had a hard time fighting over homes in some situations. More people needing to sell because of fallout from COVID-19. What we should see is a very low inventory market become a little bit of a higher inventory market, more of a balancing. And if it's a teeter-totter, it couldn't be more on opposite ends of the spectrum historically. And so if we see it kind of move back a little towards balance, it will be a good thing for anybody that needs to buy a home, and not a bad thing for anybody that needs to sell a home. So thought I'd put that out there in terms of how I view it, because a lot of people have asked me, and so sharing my opinion is easier to do it this way than 1,000 phone calls. But if any of you want to get more specific or have any questions for me, feel free to DM me or comment below. Be more than happy to give you my thoughts. And stay safe, and we'll talk to you later.